Martin doesn't have a way of dealing with the
I
the
think
courser.
I would dissolve. I mean,
Well,
getting the scry is nice
but
too.
he has a dig through time in hand, so he might be just interested in the information that the courser gives.
Yeah, there's a point to be made for that too. I think one of the ways you could lose this is like a main deck Dragon Lord Dramoka that you can't deal with.
Yeah.
And the courser kind of like gets you to those type of outs.
Does he have a Dragon Lord Remoga?
No, nope.
No.
He goes for the scorn.
Yeah.
I think he probably wants to be able to dig and keep up. Oh no, then I don't know why would you. I guess it's better because the solve is always gonna be good, but there's an Ugin for Martin's side of the table.
Yeah.
Likely taking that, I think. And maybe there's a second Silumgar. I think we'll see him take Ugin Crux.
Just to shore up any eventualities. Or was it Ugin and land?
I think Ugin and a counterspell.
Okay.
Ugin and Disdainful Stroke, I think. Which is also, like, I think completely reasonable. I think it's one of those two combinations. He's not going to actually cast Ugin for a while, but having the option to is really nice.
Yes.
I think Silumgar will eventually finish the game, so
Yeah.
It's weird how important it is to have a dragon that has complete hexproof.
Yeah.
Like, because if he had only OG Ties in his deck, this game would not be remotely winnable, I feel like.
No, I see your point there. Gotfredsen picks up on Murder's Cut.
Yeah. He's actually casting Ugin?
No, he's
He's
digging. Crux, Dissolve,
I think
Land.
we'll just see him
Fireblight.
take Dissolve here.
Faltering
Maybe
Invocation.
the Haven. There's an OG Tie.
Yeah.
So maybe
That's a
Dissolve
thing.
OG Tie, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gotfredsen must be aware that this game has slipped away from him.
Yeah.
Hiya. Swing with the Dragon Lord as usual, or not the Dragon Lord, the dragon as usual.
Yeah, it's old Silumgar.
Yeah.
When he was younger and more hard to find, I
Yeah.
guess.
And Ojitai, like that card, it is the most unfair finisher that.
It's in a while. I guess since Guys the Same Draft, probably.
I suppose there's a case to be made for Eitherling, but
But Edeling is more. It's like almost merciful. It's like you die. That's all right.
yeah,
But Ojitai takes his time, draw some cards.
yeah. The thing is,
So this game is over here. He's
Yeah.
not gonna have enough mana to try to kill it more than twice, and there's more than 2 counters in Martin's hand. So
and I see a disdainful stroke coming that
Yep.
Utter's way. Because you can slam the Ojitai on turn 5 and
Yeah.
just let it sit there.
yeah, you don't have to attack.
Yeah. Murderous Cut? No, sirree. I get screwed.
And he even has 1 more counter. So.
Yeah.
And that's all she wrote this game.
Yes.
Let's do this. I guess.
Gotfredsen has Mastery of the Unseen.
Yeah, that's probably coming in.
Yeah.
4 Thoughtseize,
4 Thoughtseize for sure.
the 2 Foul Tongue Invocations.
For sure. Maybe some of the Planeswalkers.
I could see bringing in all of them.
Yeah. They're a bit on the clunky side because, like, you don't want to be trying to resolve 5 mana sorceries in the matchup. But on the other hand, you move, like, you move 4 Thoughtseizes into the deck, so you can like do the 1-2 punch of
Exactly.
Thoughtseizing in the same turn, etc.
And this is exactly like really bad at beating resolved planeswalkers. Once they're on the board, it's actually it's got 3 downfalls, I think, or
Yeah.
2, no 3, but that's it.
And Murderous Cut is coming out, Utter End, Bile Blight, Ultimate Price,
Yeah.
and Crux. Maybe it keeps Crux. It kills dragons fine. So that's 6 card at least.
Yeah.
And maybe one of like he has 2 Elspeths and 1 Ugin.
I could see cutting the Siege Rhinos. I know it's blasphemy.
But if you cut the Siege Rhinos, how are you ever going to win?
Death Mist Raptor.
Yeah, but what if you like?
And Planeswalkers.
Yeah, the last game Gotfredsen had like Death Mist Raptor going, and Martin still beat it with.
Yeah, but he didn't have enough. He drew so many. I think the problem for him there was that he drew so much removal, and the removal is just blank.
Surely.
I mean, if you draw 4 blanks in this type of standard format, you just lose the game. It's very hard to. Do you think he's keeping all the downfalls? There's not a lot of planeswalkers coming out of the.
Yeah, I figure that you most likely cut at least 1 or 2 of the downfalls.
Yeah, I think you cut 9 removal spells maybe.
Yeah.
And then you bring in 4 Thoughtseize, 2 Foul Tongue, 1 Ione, 1 Sorin, 1 Ugin, and 1 Mastery. So you have to cut 1 more card, and I think like shaving 1 Siege Rhino is not the end of the world.
Yep.
Because it was good here, but it was also blanked very much by.
Yep.
And here, I guess maybe you can assume that because this deck is probably bringing in Tasigur.
Yeah. I think that the Esper Dragons is bringing in Tasigur, and also maybe Ashiok.
Yeah, and Dragon Lord Silumgar probably coming. I think maybe you can, like it's so level 1 to cut all the removal that you actually can't do it.
Maybe.
Because it's like once they bring in Dragon Lord Silumgar and stuff, it's pretty harsh not having removal.
Mm-hmm. Martin Lindström up 1 game to 0, going into the second match here, and Anders got land and a Death Mist Raptor.
And there's, I think, on the hand, Martin just mulligan. There was at least 3 dragons.
Oh. So he wins the highest converter mana cost game.
Yeah. Is that a game? Have you played that?
Now there was a play testing session once where Mattias Bengtsson said he drew his hand with and it was a blue the mono blue Tron deck back then when that was standard.
Yeah.
So he looked at his hand and said, "I think I have you beat on the converter mana cost game," and he showed like not a lot of land and then some what's it called, the Memnarch and the some huge Sundering Titan and Jonathan Bergström, that was opposite, said, "I call," and he revealed a hand with 3 Rorik's Bladewing and 2 Siege Gang Commanders. Martin here going down to 5 while I reminisce about seasons and times past.
The playtest sessions of yore.
Yeah, exactly. That was back when damage stacked, kids.
Yeah, I wish that was the case now. I actually played an Innistrad draft with damage on the stack once. Didn't make any difference at all.
Ah, okay.
Almost.
There are some cards that are...
Yeah, the old Abzan is obsolete.
Yeah.
No. And there's a couple of other ones like that.
You mean the Ghost Council of...
Also,
yeah. Secure Tribe Elder is gotten worse.
It's still good.
Yeah.
You want to build something nice and modern with Ogita's Command and Sakura Tribal.
Oh, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas.
Probably a horrible deck, but still is.
It doesn't sound very well.
But like I don't know, a 4-color Scape Shift. It's good to have Path and Scape Shift too.
And
You can play Lotus Cobra. If
maybe he's taking a trip to 4.
Yeah, it sure looks like it.
It's a 1 land.
Yeah,
Dig through time. Dig
And
through time.
it's
Dragon
a
Lord Ogita.
non-blue land, 4 blue cards.
Yeah.
Not my favorite hand of Magic.
Nope.
So we're likely seeing a game free here. I would be very surprised.
If there's time. The first game took
Quite a while.
the better part of 26 minutes. And if there's there's a deck that can recover from a mulligan to 4, I'm pretty sure it's the control decks.
It has to hit land drops so badly that
Yeah.
I'm not completely sold on that. Like
True, but you have
if you were playing Treasure Cruise, maybe.
but you have the anticipate to
Yeah. I'm not saying it's impossible. I mean, that hand is looking pretty good for it so far.
yes,
If there's a really slow hand out of Gotfredsen, I could see this.
yeah.
'Cause Gotfredsen took a mulligan too, right? No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Land on top, that's
yeah.
an easy keep. Yeah, it's not starting out fast.
No, take it nice and slow. Finding another Scryland here.
Best possible draw for
Yeah, fixing all the colors.
another land.
Yeah, and
Likely keeping that too, yeah.
yeah. Hero's Downfall here for Martin in hand, so the Death Mist Raptor.
And I think it might be a Corsa.
Yeah, could be.
That's even more likely dying though, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
If it's a Raptor, I think he just leaves it.
Yeah.
I don't think he has. No, it's a Raptor.
And there we see the Thoughtseize that Gotfredsen has brought in as well, and
Another type out?
very sporting of him not to play any Thoughtseizes.
Yeah, I think the way you want to play this matchup is you want to false seize the turn you're trying to resolve a threat.
When your opponent is on 4 cards as well.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, I think he's just.
Yeah,
So what are you gonna take? Like lands? So Martin, think about whether we should anticipate now.
yeah. Like he wants to cash that anticipate in for maybe a land or so. So that's why he was thinking about it. But there's also Hero's Downfall in Martin's hand.
Yeah.
So he figures basically that Anders probably takes the Hero's Downfall, and that is anticipated safe
Yeah.
anyway.
And if you find something really good on the anticipated that's not a land, you'd rather have that safe. But I guess Martin next level him,
Yeah.
or
And,
Gotfredsen next level him by taking the other.
yeah. Anders down to 14.
So this Silumgar is gonna have to pull a lot of weight this game.
Yep.
It's a dig through time.
Dig through time. That's a
One of the
good,
ways
good
to win.
that's a good card when you've been thought seized.
Yeah, it's like you're actually giving me mana here. Bro.
And down comes the Courser here. Gotfredsen again stuck with a dead card in hand. The Crux of Fate.
Yeah, but the Crux at least does something.
And now the
It's actually a 1-for-1 removal spell at
Yeah.
least in this match.
now the dig through time is online with the fetch land here.
Yeah.
And we also see that Gotfredsen kept at least one Hero's Downfall in here.
Yep.
And does not seem to be interested in drawing it though, since he's shuffling it away with the fetch land here. Once again showcasing the synergy between Courser and the fetch lands.
Yeah.
Another Death Mist Raptor. And it's probably Rhino time now, right?
Yeah, I'd assume.
He keeps the Death Mist Raptor, takes 5, or swings for 5 really.
No dragon.
No Rhino.
Sorry, yeah, it's almost a dragon.
Yeah,
It does the same thing.
kills your opponent dead. Is that
Yep.
that the thing?
I mean, in limited, it's a dragon.
Yeah, I can see that. And dig through time. Silumgar Scorn, dig through time.
Just Dragon Lord.
So the Dragon Lord, yeah.
2 anticipates. 2 scores.
Yeah, there's 3 scores
And there's
in
a
that
foul.
bunch, I think.
Tongue Invocation? No, I have no idea what the last card is. Think he's taking the Silumgar.
Yep. And he remembers that Gotfredsen shuffled away his downfall here, so maybe he suspects that he already has 1 removal.
Yeah.
The Scorn's going on the bottom here. And 2 dig through times.
What did he take?
I think he took a land and the
Yeah, that
Dragon
makes sense.
Lord.
Oh,
The
that's
Crux.
a Crux of Fate.
Yep. So now this turn he can either Crux this turn and wait for Gotfredsen to morph his Death Mist Raptor and then steal it,
Yeah.
or he can do
I like this play.
Yeah.
Because he slows the bleeding a little bit. And if he's actually afraid of Crux of Fate, it stops that too.
How does it stop Crux of Fate?
No, but I mean, then you can play Silumgar, the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure he's actually playing around that, but it's a nice side effect.
Yep.
Yeah, and here we see the Crux.
Taking 5.
And likely, maybe we won't see Silumgar this turn because it's so weak to removal.
Yeah.
I think we'll just see him Crux here.
Ashiok.
But yeah, because if he Cruxes now, he can steal the opponent's morph, or maybe Siege Rhino next turn.
Yeah.
Because he knows the opponent has a Siege Rhino, right? So this actually puts him dead on board. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Never
No.
mind.
But if Gotfredsen has removal and
But we know he doesn't.
yeah.
Well, because this forces Gotfredsen to commit quite heavily to the board, so we can. It makes Crux a lot better.
Yeah, and also there's a 2-turn clock now on right? No, the 3-turn clock on Martin's side of the table.
Is there? Unless he blocks.
Yeah.
I don't think Martin's in a position where he's going to be able to attack anytime.
I think he might attack this turn because
Yeah, if he Cruxes, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when. So a morph. It's going to be a pretty decent Crux.
Scryland. could play the Ashiok this turn as well, but then he's dead to the Sea Trino.
which he knows Anders has. It's interesting that a multi-4 became a game this interesting.
Yeah, and we know that there's actually a dig through time on Gotfredsen's on Lindström's library here from the Scry. So if Martin only gets to untap here, he might be back in it for real here.
Yeah.
Hiya. There's the Den Protector though.
Yeah. But he doesn't have mana to actually play the Siege Run as well.
No.
So that certainly eases some of the pressure.
Yes, but there's a Sea Trainer in the graveyard. No, there's a Thought Seize. That spells trouble.
Actually, I think it's actually good for him, isn't it? Because it makes dig for time cheaper, and that Ashok isn't really looking to do anything special.
Yeah, you might be right. So now Martin is looking for land.
Those 2 lives from Anders' side actually make a lot of difference too.
He's finding lots of lands and a disdainful stroke. Another land.
And a Crux of Fate.
Very skillful, Mr. Lindström.
Yeah, that Crux is pretty good.
He needs to take an untapped land though,
Yeah.
so he can't take the gain land. Puts on the bottom.
Yep.
Martin takes Gotfredsen down to 5.
Yep.
And now Jean Renault. Or no? Elspeth. So
the best possible draw here, I think, is the other Silumgar.
the other Silumgar, yeah.
Is that what he drew?
No, I think he drew a Biblat. Or Foul Tongue Invocation, perhaps.
Both of those are very good draws too, though.
Yes.
He might have drawn a second copy of Silumgar, though.
Yeah, that would be really insane.
Actually, it would be probably enough to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put him 1 life above lethal. Actually, like, there are a lot of cards to do here. Is that a Foul Tongue?
I think it's a Foul Tongue Invocation.
Then it's all looking up Millhouse. I was gonna say.
The thing is, though, the Sea Trino gains life, unfortunately, here for Gotfredsen.
Yeah, so he's attacking the Elspeth.
Yeah. Down to 2.
Draws
A land, I believe.
CDC? It's a Temple of Malady.
Yeah.
Temple of Malady.
Martin gaining 4 life and taking 2, going down to 7.
Elspeth making a buttload of tokens. Once
Yeah.
again.
So Martin is once again in the same position here that the attack with the tokens will make the Sea Trainer lethal.
Yeah.
And I assuming that he really, really wants to get the Elspeth off the table.
Yeah. Yeah, I think now he's down to a few routes, but like...
Rhino comes
yeah,
down.
dig for time won't do it, but yeah,
There's
the best draw is still the second.
The dig through times are on the
Was
bottom.
that a Crux of Fate?
No, it was Silumgar Scorn. And
It's not gonna do it.
no, and
Looking up with 4 minutes on the clock.
yeah, Lindström had put 2 dig-through times on the bottom with a previous dig-through time, so
But they didn't have enough mana for those two.
so it's-
Either way.
my point was that he couldn't draw dig-through time. Drawing close to 47 minutes
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I don't. It's very unlikely that this match actually finishes.
Yes.
But I'm hoping it will.
Yeah.
Could see some insane aggro starts from one of the players.
And like, it's not entirely unthinkable to like just slam turn 5 OG type.
No, exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
And especially from Anders' side, I mean, there are starts with that deck that are really aggressive.
Absolutely.
Not many of them, but there are.
The double siege rhino draw might be enough.
Yeah.
Like, then you expose yourself to Crux of Fate, but what can you do?
I think the best possible is like turn 2 Satyr Wayfinder, turn 3 Raptor, turn 4 Siege Rhino,
Yeah, or
and then maybe turn 5 Siege Rhino,
turn 2
turn 6 Siege Rhino, and turn 7 Siege Rhino.
turn 2 Wayfinder, flipping for
For Raptors.
For Raptors.
Yeah, that's actually quite a nice interaction. It's not very, doesn't come up that often, but it's cool when it does.
So, Martin being forced to take a little too much damage in the early game, therefore, for being able to stabilize from only
But they
4 cards.
Shuffling quite a lot here.
Yes.
I'd be a little bit ticked if I was Martin.
And
I
Martin
think
plays
there's a
first.
case to be made for you scooping that game too pretty early.
Yeah,
But with their records, I guess a draw is
isn't the end of the world.
exactly.
So Martin has lands at least this game.
It's a pretty good hand actually.
Yeah, and Anders' hand is also
Tassiger on the top.
is also very good.
Tassiger is a good part of an aggro draw, but he's not gonna. There's not enough fetch lands and stuff to actually.
And this game most likely will not end with Martin winning because Anders just drew a foul tongue invocation. And Anders has the Death Mist Raptor and the Master of the Unseen in hand. There's another foul tongue invocation.
Master of the Unseen coming down.
Yes. Maybe he doesn't have green mana though. He has no green mana.
Was he gonna use the green mana?
The Death Mist Raptor?
Thoughtseize.
Yes.
We see a Thoughtseize coming down here.
Getting all the information.
Apparently, time wasn't at 50.
Not quite. I believe that our esteemed feature match has some time extension.
Oh, that might be it. But he hasn't yelled time either. So.
Oh.
You usually hear that all
Yeah.
the way here.
Okay. In that case. Martin making his land drops.
Yeah, there you go.
We have a time called here.
Time i rundan. Time i rundan. Another Thoughtseize.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's
No
the
one's gonna win that game. And Anders with all the answers. He had 2 foul tongue invocation and a Crux of Fate. And the game ends in a draw there.
Yep.
Both players still very, very much alive for the top 8.
Yeah, I think with a draw here, they're almost like if they win one more game, they're completely safe. But It's not unthinkable to. No, I don't. No, never mind. It's just if they win one, they're safe.
Yeah,
It's a good place to be.
Yeah, not bad. And then you can dream crush in the last game as well.
I love doing that.
If you want to. Yeah, because you know what? You're a mean fucker.
I actually don't love doing that. I hate doing that.
Yeah. We're gonna take a short break while we gather up the round 5 feature matches.
Yeah.
And while pairings go up, etc.